Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Airport CEO. I certainly hope you're having a wonderful day because I'm certainly excited to be back at Emerald City Airport where things, well, they're actually going pretty well. We're getting close to $500,000. We spent last episode, possibly the last two episodes, I don't remember, building all of this space, which I'm very happy with. I'm going to be honest. Really, really happy with this space just here. And today, well, today I figure we go ahead and say that we're going to build it because I can click on all of these things. It's going to be a bit of a pain to do, but I can click on all of those things and I can deactivate them so that they won't actually get used, which is obviously kind of a big deal. So we're going to go ahead and start construction on all of this space, all of the new terminal. We're gonna be going, I think, with some fancy wood for the floors. I think that could be an idea. So we'll come around like this up to there. And I think for there, I do actually want to go with something like a nice kind of darker wood to separate these areas. And we could probably do the same here as well. So a dark wood there, and a dark wood there. And we'll do the same in here and under that door. We can do the same over here as well. And then for the actual check-in space, I think we go for something a little more, I don't know, maybe the blue mats, maybe the fancy mats. I don't really know. Let's go with the blue ones for the time being, or the fancy ones for the time being, rather. We'll bring them up through here. We can go over to there as well with all of that blue stuff. And then I think for the staff area behind the check-in desks, or I guess technically sort of at the check-in desks, I kind of like the idea of it all being a wood. I think that'll be kind of nice. And then we can go ahead and just extend the fancy mats right up to there and right across to there as well. So we'll get all that built. It is all being worked on, which is fantastic. These are technically going to be staff rooms over here, so let's go for this kind of square wood as well on those. These are going to be bathrooms in here, so we'll go for some nice tiles on those just there. And of course, we want to get the fancy mats into that space as well as the fancy wood into these spaces over here. So just like that. So that's all going to get built. It's going to be really interesting seeing this actually technically functional, which is a bit weird to say because it's not going to be functional at all because we're not going to be using it. But it is really nice seeing it as something that could be functional fairly soon. I think we'll go for the nice fancy wood in the security area as well there, just because we can. And all of this is, oh boy, baggage bay connection doesn't have one. Do they automatically connect to a baggage bay? No. But I think I'm going to need to go around and just deactivate all of these, which is going to be such a pain to do. But I think it's going to be a good idea just to make sure that we don't accidentally see someone try and check in over in this part of the airport, because that, I feel, could be a bit of a disaster. That one's not even deactivated. There we go. Let's just make sure you're deactivated. We have all of the conveyor belts going in as well, which is fantastic. Looks like I actually missed a little bit of floor just there. So let's fix that. Are those bits of conveyor belt not underground? Did I not do underground conveyors for those bits? It actually looks like I didn't. Which is really weird. Did I accidentally do overground conveyor belts there? I mean, I guess so, unless the... Not really sure what's up with that. That's really, really strange. So let's get that deconstructed. Let's put that in there. And if someone could come over and build that, that'd be great, while I go ahead and just deactivate all of the check-in desks again, and then have to go through and deactivate all of the security desks, and just everything in this part of the airport, because it's just gonna be a nightmare if I don't. So let's just make sure you're deactivated, and the remaining 3, 2, and 1 are deactivated as well. I'm really not sure what's going on with the conveyor belts there. Really not sure at all. But at least the security checkpoints are... Oh, I may have just clicked out of the game. At least the security checkpoints are going in as well. We can get all of those deactivated. And that one as well as you. And you. And the last one is gonna go in... hopefully any second. There we go. Let's get you deactivated as well. Okay. Not bad. So we have those in. It really does look to me like the underground belts are just being kind of weird. So I wonder if I was to go to here and say tear out the underground belts. And it looks like that one's going backwards, actually. Yeah, some of those look like they're facing the wrong way. So tear out those underground belts as well. And then we'll go ahead and just do regular underground belts, because they seem to work fine elsewhere. I mean, they worked fine over in this part of the airport, so... I'm not really sure what's up with it. I'm not too stressed, to be honest, either. It's no big deal. You know, it'll all get fixed. But this, I am really happy to see, you know, this actually be a thing. It's really nice seeing it all coming together. We're going to need to put the queues in at some point, of course. There is still so much work to do on this. But it is really nice seeing it come along. So let's go ahead and do a regular set of underground belts there. And a regular set of underground belts there. And it is weird that it's doing this, like, blip thing. I'm not really sure what's up with it. And why do you guys not have... Why can you guys not path there? What's the problem? Why is it saying those guys can't actually get to the belts? I guess they can now. I'm also figuring that the game just, like, doesn't play nicely with the way I want to do the belts here. I wonder if I was to change it about a little bit, would it play better? Okay, so all of the conveyor belts are now working. There's no issues with them, which is fantastic news, except for this one, which I apparently forgot to fix, which is kind of interesting. Let's just go ahead and get you onto there, so you're working properly. And then I believe when that's done, all of them are working properly. Now, I do keep getting these pop-ups that say flights are getting delayed, which has me a little bit concerned, because it'd be really nice if they weren't getting delayed. But it does keep happening, and we do keep getting delayed flights. I kind of really want to do something about that, because it's kind of really annoying me. I just don't really know what that something is. Do I want to delay it? Yeah, we might as well just delay the flight. I mean, money-wise, $700,000 is not bad. We're not looking bad there at all, and today is relatively busy. Tomorrow is quite busy. We are going to eventually get to a point. I think Friday, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to let time just go by. And then when Friday comes along, we're going to turn on automatic scheduling. Because that should work if I don't have any of my own flights put in there. So we'll see what ends up happening with automatic scheduling. But for the time being, let's go ahead and see what exactly we're going to need. Yeah, delay it by an hour. Let's go ahead and see what exactly we're going to need to actually get this airport up and running over here. So we are going to need baggage claim. We do need a cargo bay. So I'm thinking it goes right there. So if we go into structures and walls, we want to take out those, right? So yeah, delay that flight, take out those walls. And when those come out, we can go ahead and put a cargo bay into that space if the builders would come along and actually do the thing that I want them to do. Not really sure why you guys felt the need to go the long way, but to each their own, I suppose. Yeah, delay the flight. That's fine. So let's go ahead and get that car. Wait, no, there's still one bit. There we go. You take your time, buddy. It's not like I'm trying to run a business here. So we're going to put a cargo bay in there. And I want to surround it with some walls. And I think what we can do is something like this. So that's going to be our cargo bay. Obviously, it's going to need some kind of door on it. So I'll put a door up there so staff can get through to it. And that should be fine. Yet, delay the flight. We really need another runway. We really, really desperately need another runway. I just don't know if I want to put another runway in just yet. I really don't think that's something I want to do just yet. So you guys are coming up to do all of that stuff. Fantastic. That's going to stay deactivated for the time being. Does not need to be activated. No rush or stress there. Yeah, delay that flight as well. Why are you guys... Why is it saying, like, you guys are unable to actually work on this stuff? What's the actual problem there? Is it just that the trucks are having trouble getting in, or what's going on? Because there's no reason you guys shouldn't be able to do those walls. That's really, really strange. And, yeah, so obviously the idea here is whatever we build on this left side, we are eventually going to have to mirror to the right side of the airport. So my thinking is what's going to end up happening is we get this left side up and running fully, and we slowly, completely shut down the right side of the airport. That's basically my idea here. Whether or not that works, I mean, we're going to have to wait and see, but that's kind of the plan, at least. So we'll see how that plays out. But what I'm thinking is, as we enter this first part of security, it might be an idea to go to walls here and say that we have, like, some kind of nice shop thing here. It doesn't need to be huge. It might not even be a nice shop, but I think it could be nice to have at least, you know, some kind of shop here. So we'll do that so people can go... Actually, no, let's not do that so they can go down through it. It really annoys me when people go through the shops rather than around it. Which is interesting to say, because I'm one of those people that will take a shortcut through a shop if it happens to be quicker than going around it. So I am one of those people that does that thing that really annoys me, is what I'm getting at. And I don't know if I feel bad or slightly ashamed or what I feel at this point. But what I will go ahead and do is I will go ahead and build... Yeah, delay that flight. I will go ahead and build a bathroom just here. I don't think that's going to be a terrible idea. Just get a little bathroom into that space. So we'll get a door on you. That'll be a shop, so that'll be handled eventually. And I guess this baggage claim area could be connected up immediately rather than waiting until later to do it. So if we go in here and go to the fast underground belts, we can bring them under the walls, just like so, and then connect them up like that into the baggage area. So baggage can actually filter out to that. Obviously, we don't have a baggage claim area yet, which I realize we probably do want. That's probably a thing that we really want. Actually, what if we were to put baggage claim down in this space? Yeah, delay that flight. That might not be a terrible idea. If we were to go to structures and go to doors, we could put a door here. We can go to infrastructure and bring the sidewalk right up to that. And then we can totally build a reasonably sized baggage claim area just in here. I don't think that's going to be a problem. So let's go to structures, let's go to walls, and let's say that we can go back like this. And I think we could totally put a tilt tray into one of these spaces. So if we were to put a tilt tray, say, here, that can go there. Let's go ahead and actually get the overground belts as well. So the belts are going to come around like this. They're not going to be huge, but they don't necessarily need to be. So the belts are going to come around like this. And this one's going to go in the opposite direction just because I'm kind of fancy like that. So opposite direction like so. So those go in opposite directions of each other. We're going to have the underground belt come in from there and from there. And then the tilt tray is going to knock them out to either side like that. Which in theory should put us in a spot where both of these conveyor belts are going to work just fine and are going to give us a baggage area with two conveyor belts. So that should be perfect, really. I guess at this point what we really need to do is figure out the way that people are going to enter this area. Which could be from up here, but I'm thinking it's actually going to be from here. Or here, perhaps. Let's go there for it. So if we go to structures and go to doors, we want to put a nice big door there. I don't know what this space is going to be. I'm not going to stress too much about it. And then we're going to go to walls and come straight up to about there. And that's basically where I'm thinking the exit's going to be for that side of the airport. So that's where the security checkpoint is going to need to go. So secure area exit, obviously, of course, doesn't fit in there nicely. It would fit down here. I'll give it that. It would fit down here. So maybe we put it there and put a door on the right side there. That actually doesn't seem like a terrible idea. So let's go to areas. Let's go to secure. We'll do this. We'll do this. Basically, this entire part of the airport needs to be secure. So let's just get that all set up right away. So all of you, and all of you as well. All the way down to there at least. Then, of course, that's actually the baggage claim area in there. All of this needs to be secure too. And that should be fine. So let's go back to structures. Let's go to doors. Let's take out the large door. Let's put the wall back in. We can put a medium door there with a secure area exit just there. So that should be perfect. It's obviously a bit of a long walk, but that should be perfect. Let's go ahead and get some seating in here so you can sit and wait on your bags. Just like that. We can get some seating over... Well, we could get it sort of central as well. I don't know if that's a good idea. So we'll go there. Actually, let's not. Let's go there and there. And then just opposite as well, we can do a bit more seating. Not bad. So people can sit around, they can wait for their bags, which is fantastic. And what I can go ahead and do is basically just wall this little area at the back off. So that's, yeah, that's just going to have to be its own little space. So something like that should be fine. We're not necessarily going to want anyone getting in there, but I do want to put a door on it just so my builders don't end up getting stuck. So a door like that, I think, will be oriented correctly. And that seems fine. So that's going to be baggage claim area number 1. Okay. I'm actually kind of excited by that. Let's go ahead and see if we can maybe bring the conveyor belts down right away rather than waiting until later. So they're going to come out and under that wall. They could come under that wall as well. And then they're going to go under that wall as well. So we're just going to bring those the whole way down under this wall. And then it's going to need to turn just a little bit. And come down. Gonna need to come across. And down again. And into there. So that should work. By all means, that should work as a baggage claim area. Assuming things actually go to plan with it. So we'll get that all constructed. We'll get the walls in. We'll get the secure area sort of in as well. I'm actually kind of happy with the layout that we've got here. I think that'll be really good. So I guess at this point, yeah, we can go ahead and delay these flights. I guess at this point, we could start looking at getting some stands in here. And what I'm thinking we could do is we could actually take this shop out, now that I look at it, just purely because I kind of want people to have the choice of going left and down to here for, well, I'm tempted to say medium stands go down here. I'm really tempted to say that we put medium stands down at this end of the airport. But I do kind of like having the small stands down here as well. But I think we'll stick with that. I think we'll stick with the small stands at this lower part of the airport. So we'll go for those, and we can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could technically do 7 of them here. Technically, we could technically do 7 of them. And I think we're going to. Obviously, we just spent a shed load of cash on those. But I think it's going to be for the best. I really do. I'm also really hopeful that road will actually work the way I want it to. We're going to find out. We are going to find out what happens with those stands. But we'll get those all built. This area is actually almost finished as well, which is fantastic. The secure area exit is done. The walls are slowly going in. My builders are heading out to, I assume, grab materials for those stands. Yeah, those are what they're doing. I don't know what these pathing issues are. I really don't know what those pathing issues are, but not going to stress too much about it. Let's look at our planner. Where are we? So Monday. Yeah, we do seem to have a decent number of delayed flights coming and going. I really do think it is just an issue with the runway. I really do think that's all the issue is. I think it is just the runway. So we're probably just going to have to, we're just going to have to wait until we get a second runway. I mean, a runway is $100,000. Plus upgrading it to concrete or asphalt is going to be another bunch of cash. Oh, did that actually connect properly? I think it did. I think that has actually connected properly. It's just a bit weird because these two bits aren't done. Oh, I don't know, actually. I really can't tell if that has connected properly or not. I sincerely hope it has. Because if it hasn't, then getting traffic along there is going to be... well, it's going to be tricky. Let's bulldoze this upper stand. Since, you know, we don't know for sure if it's worked out or not there. So demolish you. And we'll just bring the roads through. So we're going to have 6 small stands on the left side of the airport. And then medium stands up at the top part as well. Which I think will be fine. I think that'll be fine. We are going to need to get refueling over here as well. As well as some kind of vehicle bay too. But we'll go ahead and do that. We'll delay that flight. We'll go back to structures and we'll get the large doors on all of you. Then, of course, the boarding desks are going to be something we need. There's just a lot of stuff that we need. But I'm actually really excited because I think today we might be able to open this new part of the airport. Which is kind of a big deal. Okay, so all of the boarding desks and the chairs are in, and while I was placing these, I actually came to a realization, which is that we don't need that many chairs because these are all really small planes. Like, there's 6 or 7 people per flight. You know, there's, what, 6 people got on that flight? Admittedly, baggage hasn't been done yet on that flight for whatever reason, and I'm really concerned that baggage hasn't found its way onto that flight. Why is baggage not on that plane yet? Has baggage loading been done? No, baggage loading is apparently in progress. I find that really difficult to believe because I'm not seeing the baggage handling stuff coming out. So you're going down to pick up that plane's baggage. You're coming in to grab all of that baggage. But why has no one loaded this plane yet? What's going on there? That's really strange. It's still waiting on its baggage being loaded. Do we need more vehicles? I mean, it's still delayed. It's been sat there for hours at this point. We have got the baggage cars in there. Unless we just need more, but I kind of doubt that. Who are you guys? Oh, that's my builders. Never mind. So this plane is just waiting here, right? That's not good. Can we maybe get more ramp agents? Is that a thing that we need? You know, hire a bunch of those guys, see what's going on, see if we can maybe get this plane loaded with its baggage, because it still doesn't have it. And I really don't know what to do about it. It is just sitting on the tarmac, waiting to go. And at that point, we run into the situation where there is another flight due to come in later. We can delay it by 1 more hour, but it really doesn't seem like that plane is going anywhere with its baggage. I think we're going to have to send it out without it. Really not sure what's happened there. But for whatever reason, you know, this plane is going to have to take off with no baggage. So it's going. That's going to be some really dissatisfied customers, but there's literally nothing I can do about it. There's literally nothing. Now let's have a look. What day are we on? Still Monday? Oh boy. The week is going slow. We need to get to Friday, basically. We need to get to Friday because we need to start clearing out the schedule, unless I want to start clearing out sooner than that, which is sort of an option. But I really don't know. It would be nice to have the auto scheduler. I want to see if I can maybe cancel all of these flights. I think we're going to have to do this because I want to turn on that auto scheduler. I want to get more flights in. I'm a little tired at the moment of having to schedule them all myself. So having a system do it automatically for me really just sounds so much better. Okay, so this is what I'm looking at from the auto scheduler. It's not 100% perfect. I am saying that this flight's due to land at 13:20 and this one's due to take off at 13:25 actually. So that's not so bad. Yeah, that one takes off at 13:20. So there is some overlap, but I'm also seeing that we have basically got planes on the ground at all times. And that's not bad. So hopefully we'll see that sort of, you know, keep up and make us a shed load of cash just there. None of these are currently active, so we don't need to worry about those doing anything they shouldn't do. Hopefully, FA645 is running late. What's the problem with FA645? We will delay it. I figure the issue is basically just baggage, right? So boarding hasn't been completed. Baggage loading is still in progress. So are you the baggage thing for that? You are the baggage thing for that. So baggage is being loaded. Baggage is not on the flight. So even though it's delayed, it should be fine to head out soon enough. I'm actually really excited to see the automatic schedule start working. It's going to be really nice to see that doing some good stuff for us. So we'll see how that plays out. We'll see what happens with it. And we'll see where it goes. But I think for this part of the airport, I mean, we do need another runway, I think, before we open any of that. So the question sort of becomes, do we allow runways to sort of be taxiways? Because if we do, then we could just throw, you know, demolish some of the taxiways here and have people taxi across the ends of the runway. It would be a way for multiple play. Well, you know what? I don't know if that's going to work, actually. I don't think that's something I want to do. I think what I want to do is I am just going to put... then we're going to go to infrastructure. We're going to go to small runway. We're going to rotate. And we are going to put a small runway over on this side. It's $100,000. Very expensive. But we're going to put it there because I think that's the right thing to do. I genuinely think that is the right thing to do. I'm also genuinely very excited to potentially make a shed load of cash. Also, that's interesting seeing this type of plane here. What exactly are we looking at here? I have actually got no idea. An ATR-72, I think, is what it's called. That's a CRJ-700. I'm pretty sure I've been on one of these, I think. Or something very similar to one of those. I've been on one of those. I've never been on a plane like this. But I've been on one of those before. They're very interesting aircraft to be on because they're very, very small compared to some of the bigger planes I've been on. They're really, it's weird, you know, having my first experience of being on a small plane like that. It's not, I mean, it's still a medium aircraft, but it's a small medium aircraft is, I guess, what it is. You get the idea, right? It's a smaller, yet still medium aircraft. Anyway, that aside, we are bringing in good money. $14,000 just there. Still plenty of time left in this hour, so that's up at $18,000. There's a lot of flights queuing up to take off there. $23,000. That's going to go up to $27,000. Yeah, the auto scheduler seems to be a pretty good thing. Seems to be a really good thing. Unfortunately, we do still have delays in place, but the auto scheduler seems pretty good. Let's upgrade this to asphalt just there. Let's say that it's not long enough for medium flights. What length is this runway? 800 meters. Okay. Let's upgrade you towards the north a bit until you get to 800 meters, which is going to be there. So that can allow medium aircraft. It is not yet open, but it can allow medium aircraft, which is kind of what we're going for. My question, though, is do I have the money to bring over all of this taxiway? That's the real question here. $80,000, $86,000. I mean, we can afford it, so let's do it. $86,000. We're gonna want to come down the bottom here and go 6 by 5. And then I want to ask the question, do I have the money to do this? I suspect the answer is a resounding no. Well, that's unfortunate. It's going to be kind of pricey to do that, but we'll do it eventually. And when that's done, we can actually go ahead and technically open a second runway, which is great news. Now, apparently one of our flights, one of the Goose Wings flights, possibly that one actually, may be delayed. It is waiting and boarding and baggage. Pushback is also not started. Now, boarding has begun. Baggage handling... I assume you are heading up to that Goose Wings flight. No. Yes? No? Maybe? Yes. So you are heading to the Goose Wings flight. Hopefully you have all of the baggage. It looks like you do, so that's fine. I am getting a little bit more and more concerned about the fact that we are getting more and more delays, but that's kind of what this area is for over here, you know? This here is to counter those delays, as well as possibly, you know, cause more, because technically speaking, we are just adding on to everything. This might not work out. This might actually be a terrible idea. but I'm really excited to at least get a second runway. I think the runways are part of the problem. So, you know, hopefully this works out. Let's go ahead and see if we have the money to actually do this bit of taxiway. We actually do. There we go. $88,000 for that bit of taxiway. We'll wait until we get the $10,000 we're about to get. There we go. And boom. So that can go in. We can delay that flight. We'll delay... Oh, no, that flight's leaving, apparently. So we'll get that all built, and then we can open that runway. We are going to need to put the taxiway nodes onto it, just to make sure that people can actually get around there no problem. But we'll put these taxiway nodes in, going all the way up to there, going to there as well. Right to the middle, please. And then this one obviously needs to go the whole way across to there. So that should work out pretty well. That's going to give us a few options in terms of letting aircraft take off on two separate runways. I'm wondering if I can open this and actually get it working. You know, I wonder if that runway is actually gonna be functional or not. I guess we're gonna find out once some of these flights gear up to leave. Some of the FA flights are delayed. I think those are the forest flights, right? So it's gonna be you. You're waiting on baggage loading, which was done just as the delay came out, so I'm not too stressed about it. Are you going to go left by any chance? No, you're going to go to the nearest runway. Okay. Would be nice. Oh, no, we've got a plane that just landed in one of the other runways. That's not bad. So you're going to head out there. You're going to head out there. And you're going to head out there as well. You've actually just turned around and decided to go elsewhere. All right. Well, that's interesting, I suppose. So you're going to gear up to take off on that runway. Those planes are actually turning back as well. I realize I don't have any holding points there, so we need a holding point at that spot and at that spot. I'm wondering if that's what the problem was, because we didn't actually have those holding points. But there we go. You can gear up to take off as well. So you're heading out as well. Hopefully that'll fix things. Hopefully that's going to get us to a point where we aren't having as many issues. Can I get rid of the taxiway nodes there? There we go. So toggle taxiways. I didn't really need to see them. You guys are going to wait. You're going left, which is fair enough. I'm sort of looking at this and thinking that doubling up on taxiways is probably not a bad idea. Because some of these guys are waiting for planes to come across this way, so... Probably going to want to double up in some of these at some point. You know, figure out where exactly all the planes are going to go and how they're going to navigate and whether they're going to navigate well or not. But I think, for the time being, I'm actually kind of happy with the progress we've made today. We have a second runway. We have 6 new small aircraft stands. I'm thinking what we're going to end up doing is, before we open the left side of the airport, we will probably get one more medium stand just here, since it will fit. It actually looks like we could almost get another one. No, we can get one more there. And then I think what we'll end up doing is, when we get the left side open, the entire right side will have to be shut down, and we can either bring medium stands across the top. We could do one down the bottom as well. Very tempted to do that. But I think we're going to have to eventually get another runway across here and get more taxiways, get this left side open, and see where things go from there. I think that's pretty much where we're at with this airport. Also, my frame rate is gradually dying, which is fantastic. I'm a little bit nervous about that, because I know that as this game progresses, I know that, you know, as your airport gets busier and busier, the frame rate will gradually get worse and worse. So I'm kind of anxious on that front, because I don't really want that to happen. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to have much choice because I think that is just going to, well, happen. But I'm sure it'll be fine. Also, let's go ahead and set this as a staff-only area with a staff room in it. We may want to delete that room because it is a bit weird. So, delete room. Yes. Let's go back to areas, go to staff, and say, just there, please. So, there we go. That's going to be our staff room. And we're going to want to get just some bathroom items into the bathrooms, as well as some staff room items into the staff rooms. So, we'll do that for a bathroom there. We can go ahead and do a couple of sinks like so. And a couple of hand dryers, just like so. So that'll be fine. Let's go ahead and grab a few office desks just to do something interesting with this staff room. Just to make it, you know, sort of a decent little workspace there. And I think we'll do the same just here as well with this one. And then this one over here is just going to have sofas in it. This one's going to just be for chilling rather than, you know, working on the computer. So we'll do that sort of thing. And I think we'll grab a couple of armchairs and just throw those there and there. So those should be pretty good for staff rooms. We have a bathroom done in this baggage claim area, which is technically not a baggage claim area at the moment, so we don't need to worry too much about it. People are hanging out inside of these areas at the moment because they are just seating areas as far as the passengers are concerned. In time, you know, people will hang out in them for the proper reasons, and obviously they won't hang out in baggage claim, but again, that's going to be in time. So ladies and gentlemen, I am going to go ahead and leave it there for today. Quite happy with the progress that's been made. Still a lot of work to do, still a lot of money to save up. But I do feel like the auto scheduler has done wonders for this airport. You know, Wednesday's super busy, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And the good news is, as more contracts come in, they get added automatically. So it's not like we're going to have to, it's not like we're just going to be sat around, you know, waiting for, to reactivate the auto scheduler. Contracts, as they come in, get added to the schedule. And it's wonderful, basically. Absolutely wonderful. Let's go ahead and say the last thing we're going to do today, because I realize I do just want to get this done, is I want to bring... Do I want to do the taxiway in exactly the same way we have it over there? I think we do. So let's go ahead and say this is going to be 5 by whatever it needs to be, which is there. Then bring this across. So 20 by 5, which is $20,000. And at some point, we're going to want to go straight up with this to connect up here. So that the flights can sort of get around at least a little bit easier. Because right now they are struggling with it. And wow, that frame rate. Wow, that frame rate. It's tanking down to like 15 in places there, which is kind of ridiculous. And it's only going to get worse. It really is only gonna get worse. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you kindly for watching. This has been Airport CEO part whatever it is. We have a lot of work to do. The frame rate's killing itself. But I'm excited. I'm really excited to see this airport up and running. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!